Hey, what's up everyone, this is Wicked Android HD, and tonight I have the honor and the pleasure to show you the latest update of Imperium Rom, which is version 12, and it's of course based on latest official TouchWiz update from Samsung, which is OL2, as you may see, build number Imperium Lollipop ROM version 12, and it benefits of kind of a little changelog, small changelog. Slim80, which is the developer of this ROM, updated the kernel, which is also the Imperium kernel, and this is a disclaimer about what you're going to watch. I'm gonna be doing a little review about this ROM because I find it really interesting. It has some very interesting tweaks and features that you may want to take into consideration. First of all, let me tell you the battery percentage, just for you guys to make an idea on how fast the battery drains out after I end up my video. So it's 25% right now. I haven't got the proper time to charge it up, so right now we're running 25%, and yeah, let's get into business. This ROM is gonna be covering the following parts. We're gonna test the design part, the features part, if everything is working properly, if there is any force close or so on. Gonna test out the performance, and by performance I don't mean any kind of benchmark, because my opinion is that benchmarks don't give you a real taste of the user experience a ROM gives you. So it's really important to see live how this ROM performs and not what numbers say. Yeah, that's my opinion, and yeah, I sustain. Okay, so let's get into the design part. This is a TouchWiz ROM, an official TouchWiz ROM for the Galaxy S4, so it's made officially by Samsung, which means it has limited options in terms of customizability. You have some themes, application, I think, for the Samsung Galaxy S4 launcher. This is the Galaxy S6 launcher. There is an option in Aroma to choose either the S4 or the S6 launcher, and the main pro of this ROM is that it comes by default with, of course, if you select in Aroma, if you'd like to, it comes with the Exposed installer pre-installed. Actually, the Exposed framework is pre-installed, and you don't have to flash it via recovery and reboot and then activate modules and so on. When you boot up this ROM, if you choose from recovery to install the Exposed module, then you'll have this the Exposed module running on your device, and that's a really great step. Of course, if you have Exposed installer application, and I will show you that it's currently working. So it says Exposed framework version 75 built for TouchWiz by RT97 is active, and I have 3 modules that come with this ROM, which you can also choose from Aroma installer: GravityBox, OneM Exposed, and Greenify. GravityBox along with OneM Exposed are 2 apps that allow you to highly customize your device, and I will show you, for example. Yeah, I really got it. Let's go into status bar tweaks, and then let's head into clock settings. For example, you may see master switch is activated, so you can change the values on the air. So if you want to hide clock, take a look at the clock here, and if I press this, then the clock is totally hidden. And if you want your clock to be centered, you just have to press this. One thing that I don't like about this clock, actually personally, is that it's kind of too big, but I think I can modify this by using OneM Exposed, checking root access. We have to grant it, and then let's go into notification panel if it is gonna work. Okay, come on. What the heck has been denied? Okay, so for example, if you want to customize the clock settings, all I have to do is to go here and click the clock size. and then select the clock size. If you want to be, you know, small, you just click this, and then you have to fast reboot your device, and that's the minus of OneM Expose, that you have to reboot every single time you make actually, if you make for example 15 modifications, then you'll just need a reboot. You just don't need to reboot after every modification. So yeah, that's cool. Okay, Greenify is an application that will improve your battery life. Sorry, let's get into the draw. Let me show you again. So we got into the design part. I would rate this a strong 8 to 9 out of 10 because it's a touch-free ROM, and it will never be, actually I will give it as 8 out of 10 because it's a touch-free ROM and we cannot expect that much customization from a touch-free ROM. So yep, this is it, 8 out of 10. So if we're thinking about, if we are talking about the battery life again, I have a little tweak here called Greenify, and what this does is that it puts some applications to hibernation, which means that if you have Facebook installed, for example, or awesome lag-free wallpaper, live wallpaper, as you may see here, you can click this button and you know, hibernate them. You may see Greenify has been, and what hibernate does is actually not allowing it to consume any kind of ROM, which will allow your device to eat less battery, which is really cool tweak. So if you're having problems with the battery life, please make sure to check that this Greenify exposed module on exposed installer application. So as you may see, I'm running a live wallpaper in the background, so the battery should be gone even faster because it eats up some GPU and some CPU, I believe, more power. So yeah, 8 out of 10 in terms of design. Let's talk about the stability and the smoothness of this ROM, then we'll get into features. Let's open up some apps. For example, let's open up messages. Okay, let's open up, let me think, the Play Store. Yeah, let's open up many apps and let's see how the multitasking performs on this device. So we're gonna open Gravity Box, and then we're gonna open, Imperium settings. This is a app that comes with the ROM, an app that comes with the ROM. S memo. As you may see, it's kind of laggy. It's kind of laggy when you press the home button in order to get into the home screen, and that I believe is caused by this S-Voice application, which we're gonna get into settings, and then we're gonna unclick the wake up command, and yep, I think that's it. But what you can do is to disable the application. As you may see, it says disable app, and then it should be faster right now. If we open my file, for example, and then we press, yep, it's kind of faster if you ask me. Yeah, or no, it may be an impression, but yeah, one thing that bothers me the most about latest TouchWiz ROMs based on Lollipop is this thing, guys. This is hell of a lot of laggy. As you may see, hell of a lot of laggy, and it's a fucking shame that Samsung haven't fixed it yet, because this bug has been running on Samsung devices, especially on S4 TouchWiz, for more than half a year, maybe 1 year now, and this is a shame that Samsung haven't fixed the problem yet. Okay, so yep, shame on you, Samsung. So apart from that, there's not such a thing to blame the developer for not being able to fix this, because it's Samsung's fault. Okay, so yeah, that was laggy there, and if we switch back and forth between some apps, my files for example, and then we're gonna get into S memo, and then we're gonna get into Gravity Box. yeah, it's kind of fast, not that fast that you would expect from an ASP ROM, but yeah, it's kind of fast, and we can't ask for more on a TouchWiz device, on a TouchWiz ROM, sorry. So performance and smoothness, I rate it a strong 8 out of 10. Again, 8 out of 10. It's not, by far, it's not the best, of course, and it's not the smoothest I've ever seen. And again, this is not because of the developer's fault. Again, Slim80 is not his fault for making it, because this is the base ROM and this is how it performs without tweaking. Slim80 added some tweaking, added some optimizations, and then it runs. Believe me, this runs way better than the stock firmware for the Samsung Galaxy S4. So 8 out of 10 is a really good mark in terms of performance and smoothness. Features, everything works as long as I've tested. We have side key, which works perfectly if you're browsing through an app, for example, and then you just press the home button, it will get into the home screen. Okay, let's test out the multi-window, which is yeah, this one, and you can access it by long pressing the back key. You know, you can open up clock along, and this is the floating mode. As you may see, you can open up in floating mode, and you can also open an application like messages, again in floating mode. But what you can do is to extend the application like this, and this is also, you can extend the application, yeah, you know, and you can, I think you'll have to scroll from here to down in order to make it small again. Yeah, multitasking works pretty well. In terms of features, I haven't tested the GPS, but I reckon on every single TouchWiz ROM that I have tested, GPS was working perfectly. So there's no, there are some bugs in cyanogen modes, CM based ROMs, ASP ROMs and so on, but not on TouchWiz, because Samsung has its own libs, and they, at least here, they are good in terms of GPS quality. So yeah, the kernel that this ROM is running, it's Imperium kernel, and you can customize it by using this app called S-Tweaks, and you have bunch of settings here in order to which you can easily you can easily customize your device, your kernel settings. If you don't know what you're doing, I recommend you to let these options as they are stated here. One thing that I like the most is the fast charge option, which will allow you to fast charge your device by, I think, maybe 50% or more easily, actually more faster. And here you have the clock widget, which is really cool, and I think it was borrowed from the Galaxy S6, if I'm not mistaken. And of course we have Flipboard here, which will give you the latest news all around the world. Briefing is called. And I think that's pretty much it. A lot of you guys will ask me if this is a stable ROM for daily usage, and I'd rather say that it is. Okay, so let's call the carrier number while I'm talking. This is a stable ROM. We're gonna check out the battery in a couple of moments. This is, as my first opinion, this could be your daily driver if you like TouchWiz in terms of lollipop experience. I'm currently on KitKat, as you may know, and I am planning to move to Marshmallow or Lollipop, but on CM. See, once I'll find a stable and fast ROM. I'm kind of sick of TouchWiz, and I'm kind of sick of Samsung. And if the Galaxy S7 won't have a Snapdragon processor with a Qualcomm chipset, then I will have to give up on Samsung and buy another, or Nexus device or an LG device, something that has Qualcomm and has open source. Not like Samsung's full of shit Exynos. I'm not saying that Exynos isn't a great processor. It is, but it's not open source, and this will make development bad. This makes that the development is really bad on the Galaxy S6 and or the Note 5. Okay, so yes, if it's a daily driver, yes, it is in my opinion, and I'll show you the battery life just to make you an idea. 70%. Yep, this isn't kind of good if you ask me. From 25 to 70%, it's 8%, actually 16% right now, 8%, 9%. Almost 10% of juice was consumed during this review, and it's been 70 minutes almost. That's nasty, kind of nasty. Again, I was using live wallpaper, which consumes a lot of battery, and I was browsing again, but this is not the greatest battery life I have seen either. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a stable ROM, if you ask me, and if you want to test it by yourself, go on and make sure you give me your feedback right down below in the comments. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, and this was actually it, the Imperium Rom latest version 12 by Slim80. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like my video, please make sure to thumbs up and subscribe right down to my channel. By doing so, you'll keep me motivating doing these kind of reviews. And thank you for watching, guys. Wicked Android is out. Bye bye.